Hi there, this is Matt with State of Flex here with a review for The Fabelmans. This is a movie that is a pseudo-autobiographical story about Steven Spielberg and how he got into filmmaking as a young child. And it tells the story of this young boy who discovers an absolute adoration and reverence of film and making movie magic and capturing real life through film reels. And he creates these fun little films throughout the movie, but really what unfolds is a family drama, which then gives way to being a school drama, as this family that is so tightly gathered together kind of finds that they are far more splintered than anybody is willing to acknowledge. And as they upend their life and move from New Jersey to Arizona and ultimately California, you see the dramatic shift with each location of what's going on in this life, this family's life, and how it fuels the film that is made. Now, the family drama aspect and the movie about being about a kid who likes to make movies is interesting and compelling enough that makes for a great film. But this film also, better than any movie I have ever seen on the subject, showcases the power of cinema. Martin Scorsese has often explained the power of cinema and the power of where you point your camera and how you can tell a story. Each frame tells a story, and he explains it in a way that's really interesting, and he articulates it well. This movie visually showcases that through the films that are made, and you only see like little micro moments of them. It's not like this film shows you the whole uninterrupted features that this young boy makes, but even still, you learn the power of that tool better than any other example of it. Like, I feel like this film should be shown to film classes, not only in how to structure a well-written character drama, but also because it showcases that very thing that you are trying to accomplish if ever you are a filmmaker. Right down to the final shot of the movie, which I think is the best, most brilliant moment of this film, because I sat there looking at the shot and I was about to make a criticism of it, and the film self-corrects, and that's all I'll say about it. It is the best final shot. It's the best shot I have seen all year. It is brilliant, and it says everything about what this movie is trying to accomplish. The performances across the board are all stunning and staggeringly good. I'm sure the three of the adult actors are going to get quite a bit of accolades. Michelle Williams probably top among them. Paul Dano, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some Oscar love, as well as Seth Rogen, oddly enough. Or the grandpa. His name is slipping me right now because of exhaustion. But it's the young cast. The main actor, his eldest sister, has one really great shining moment. She's the young actress from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, who played the young girl who coaches Leonardo DiCaprio on the art of performance. She has a relatively small role as the sister in this, but she really sells it when she's on screen. The scene stealer is the girlfriend that the main character gets. She is great. Her name escapes me. I wanted to pause for a minute to make sure I highlight the three actors that I just mentioned. I felt like it wasn't fair that I wasn't giving them names just because their names are not as well known as Michelle Williams. So the first one I gave props to was the main character, Sammy, is played by Gabriel LaBelle. He is fantastic and looks a lot like Steven Spielberg in young pictures of Spielberg when he was around the same age. So you can totally buy into the whole Spielberg of it all. I mentioned the sister is Julia Butters. She is great. She has one scene with which she just nails it. And just as she did with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she just my God, this young actress is gifted, and we're going to see more of her. But the scene stealer of the movie, which is an actress who, in any other movie, this scene would be so over the top it doesn't work, and I kind of felt like that at first in this film, but then she grounds it and layers it, and she's perfect, and provides the perfect amount of levity to juxtapose the drama going on in his own social life. Is Chloe East, who plays Monica. She is phenomenal. She is really, really fun. And I feel like of those performances that I mentioned, she's going to be the one that's most divisive. If you don't get on board with her, you're probably going to like dislike any moment that she's in. But I fell in love with whenever she was on screen. She's so like vapid while also being captivating. And the movie has like a weird criticism on Christianity and whatnot, and kind of reduces Christians, at least through her character, to look pretty foolish. But that actress, Chloe East, I want to see more of her. She is phenomenal. But the movie on the whole, everything about it I just found so spellbinding. It is long, it's 2.5 hours, and it definitely kind of feels its run time, but the 1-2 punch of this and West Side Story, Spielberg has returned to form that I have not seen in quite some time, and that form is energy. If you watch his early films, passion drives them, but it's the energy that makes you want to stay. And I feel like, in a weird way, after he made Saving Private Ryan, he lost energy in his movies. And I mean, he made a handful of good movies after that. Minority Report. I like Terminal. A lot of people are not Terminal fans. I'm a big proponent of Terminal good. But post the Terminal, most of his movies lack energy. Even Indiana Jones puttered out. Regardless of screenplay and problems with that, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull's biggest problem was it had no energy, no life to it. And I don't know if it's that he got so stuck into making serious natured kind of biopics in the vein of Munich and The Post and stuff, and these movies aren't bad, but they're lifeless, and that was my problem with Spielberg post 2004. Ultimately, like, he made good movies relatively consistently, but movies that should have been good, the BFG, Ready Player One, these are more like his traditional early career fanfare films, just flopped because they had no life and no energy to them. West Side Story brought back from Spielberg a passion and energy that he had been lacking for almost 20 years. And this film carries that baton while also doing the one thing that I think most filmmakers late in their career ought to do, which is teach the audience what they know, what they've learned. And this film absolutely does that. This film also contains a character, the characterized version of a real-life director who it was late in his career talking to the main character and espousing his belief structure. So I think that is cemented and baked into why Spielberg wanted to make this in the first place. But what this film does, as I was saying before with Scorsese's comments, is it teaches you the meaning and power behind where you point a camera. The camera is a tool that can make somebody look completely bombastically foolish, as Spielberg had done many times in his career. Look at the Nazis. The Nazis in the Indiana Jones films are not photographed with any kind of reverence or with any kind of photography of strength. They're reduced to buffoons most of the way through the two Indiana Jones films that he directed that they are in. And this is something that kind of happens often, even in films like Schindler's List, where the anti-Semitism and that the Nazis are doing is coming from a place of just absolute ignorance. And how he films them as if they're a physical threat because they're oppressing a group of people who are left powerless underneath them. But the way he films them is like they are beneath the people that they are oppressing. This film does that with, there's an anti-Semitic character in it, and you watch within the film how, within the film within a film, how the camera can be a tool used to, like, strike down those people who, the camera is a framing tool, and you can frame people to look one way or another, and that there's a brilliant moment in this film where the film comes to a head at a certain point where that is explored. This film really is fantastic. Easily in my top 5 of the year. Would not be surprised if this gets the Best Picture win at the end of the year. It's really that good. I cannot sing the praises enough, and let me know what you thought of the film in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and hope you get a chance to run out and see this in the film. See the magic of this movie on the big screen. Thanks for watching. Peace.